everyone, this is Crypto Maximalist. Welcome back to another video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and get involved if you like the content. So we're taking a look at Fantom here. We haven't looked at Fantom in a very, very long while. So as you can see, we've got a blank chart here. We're just going to draw in a few of our key levels that we can tell. From here, right away, you can see obviously we've got this very key level swing low here. We've got a lot of confluence in these levels, but we have seen, a lot of price reactions in this area, especially here where you had this big move, back test, obviously a huge move to the upside, that double top that we did see for Fantom, losing momentum, big bearish divergences. We come down like this. This would be another very key level, $3.40. That's where we got to. That's crazy, isn't it? That's like a 15x from the current price. We'd say these are obviously your two key levels. You could say maybe the bull market high, maybe the bear market low, depending on how things go. We've also got a key level here, we would say, coming in at around maybe here, where you can see we've essentially, we've got these two swing highs here, resistance, support. We come up, we break it, it's support. We come down again, we break through it, support, turned into resistance, and obviously roll down to that next key level, which was here. So Fantom overall, looking like a lot of cryptocurrencies right now, where the volume is low, the interest is low, but starting to see signs of life potentially with Bitcoin, obviously up around 15% or so on the week. You are seeing, a little bit of movement to the upside and correlation for cryptocurrencies. You can see here for Fantom specifically, we've got above our 20 EMA, which is really good to see, this golden line. Currently testing the 55 as resistance right here. And you can see, the last time that we got above the 55 EMA was here for a very, very small period before we rolled over again. Essentially, Fantom doing basically what every single crypto has done over the past 6 or 7 months or so. Just been chopping it sideways in a bit of a range, looking something like this. If I actually want to select the correct, there we go. Chopping it up in a range, looking very similar to a lot of cryptos. We've made your high and your low, you come back up, you retest your high. We've rolled over and retested our low, and now looking like potentially we want to break to the upside again in correlation with the market in general. Obviously, it was pretty obvious from if you were looking at technicals. Fantom obviously made this high here. You can see the momentum, decreasing massively, price continuing to go up. We've got these massive bearish divergences here. Obviously, once you start, form this double top with this bearish divergence, you're probably going to see some downside. We come all the way down here. Fantom had a huge capitulation. Let's make no mistake about it. If I just basically test this from the high to the low there, down around 94%. It's 94.5% to this swing low here. Very, very huge amounts of moves to the downside. But generally, as we've said before, altcoins, they drop 90-95% in bear markets and start to consolidate. And we can see here, we have been consolidating for a long, long time here. Got down to that 95% level on these swing lows. And now Fantom, as we've said with many cryptos, looking like it's doing what it needs to do, isn't it? It's starting to get back above these levels. If I just draw in a few key resistances that I can see here, from what I can tell, there's a bit of a key resistance looking something like this. It doesn't really work here, does it? Because it's a bit far off, but this would be a key resistance in our opinion. As you can see, we've formed the resistance here and here. Looking like we've cleanly broken out of that one, at the very least here, with a breakout, probably a back test in confluence with the bottom of the range, and then moving up through our EMAs, starting to flip potentially bullish. Obviously the RSI here coming up, and you can see on the MACD as well, ever since we hit this low here, we have actually flipped bullish in terms of momentum. Obviously with the volume being so low, it's not a true indicator of actual interest, but with the volume decreasing like this, we're starting to see a little bit of an uptick in volume. And the MACD has been bullish essentially ever since we've come up to this level here around 25 cents. Really just looking like we want to be targeting the top of the range again, really, now that we've broken out of that key level. We'd say there's also probably another resistance, which actually looks like we're currently under here, which is quite interesting. Resistance from the bull market top down to here. It looks like we're actually exactly testing that resistance right now in confluence with the 55 EMA. So if we did see a nice breakout of this level and a back test, this would be very, very decent confirmation of potentially some more upside, wouldn't it? Because if you look at this carefully, we've been under this resistance ever since the all-time high here, and we've had this massive capitulation. But eventually you're going to come back and you're going to test that resistance, aren't you? Because you can't go down forever, especially when we're all assuming that crypto is going to be heading back up in the next few years. And you can see we've actually come here. This is a really, really critical level, really, isn't it? Because if we break this, you know, it's basically the start of potentially the reversal, isn't it? We've seen other cryptos doing it already. Dogecoin's done it obviously with massive hype. Bitcoin's breaking out of key levels of resistance. A lot of cryptos are really, if you look at their technicals. And if we do break that 55 as well, the last time we broke the 55 was here. We had a little bit of upside to the top of the range. And, you know, I mean, realistically, when was the last time we properly flipped our EMAs bullish? I mean, it's all the way back here, really, isn't it? You can see we've been stuck under this 55 basically the entire time we've been on the way down. Stuck under it here, here, here. Obviously, we were stuck under it here. We had that small move to the upside, but, you know, since then, we've stuck under the 20. We couldn't even get back to the 55 here. You can see just rolling and rolling and rolling. We test the 20 here, but we roll again. Test the 20 and roll again. Test the 20, roll again. Retesting the bottom of the range there as support. And you can see finally breaking the 20 and, you know, testing two very critical levels here for Fantom. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens over the next few days, if it rolls over or if it breaks through. In our opinion, we'd say in terms of price predictions, if we break through this level and back test it, start to move up like this, we are going to be heading up to the top of the range there around that 42 cent level. If we roll over, obviously we'll be retesting the bottom of the range in our opinion at around 20 cents. So if we just take a very quick look at the fibs, just drag that from the bull market high down to this low here at around there. We can just take a look at some of our targets. You can see here, obviously, we want to be heading up towards that 0.23 at the minimum at around 37 cents. And obviously beyond that, if we do manage to break out of our range, our next target would be around that 56 cent level. This is going to take a long time. This isn't going to happen overnight, is it? But you can see what's starting to happen. We're starting to see potentially bottoming out here, maybe putting in a double bottom like this, like we've seen for quite a lot of cryptos now. And if we do start to break out of key levels of resistance and head up, especially if we're testing the top of the range there, if we do start to see ourselves doing something like this, it's going to be very bullish, isn't it? So that's it for today, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure to check out the links in the description below to support the channel. Grab yourself some free money bonuses, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next video.